In a cramped apartment, about to retire, veteran Detective Somerset kicks off a new day of funny work. Not long ago, a murder occurred in the city, and old Mo was preparing to hit the scene, perhaps because decades of seeing gory violence made him as jealous as chatting with a stray dog. Instead, he adjusted his slightly crooked tie, brushed off suit debris. This shows old Mo's attention to detail and composure were just ensuring his tie stays on. The film abounds with such details, each full of metaphor seemingly saying, "Stay focused." It's a brain teaser after watching, and upon arriving at the scene, he learns from a colleague that it's just your average murder case sounds like a bad food allergy on a date. The man took a hit from his furious wife, and amusingly, the corpse is played by the film's writer, Andrew Kevin Walker, because hey, who needs suspense anyway? After examining the scene, old Mo merely asked if the dead man's kid saw anything, as if pondering, this brunch is looking good today. Deep down, he felt compassion for humanity, worried kids witnessing dad's death by Mo might haunt them forever, not just a hearty breakfast. But colleagues didn't share his view. It's easy to see that many cops had become numb to the city's evils and were basically like, tragedies are just part of the routine. This gives a rather oppressive vibe until a young officer, Mills, bursts into the scene, brightening things up like a ray of sunshine. Obviously, his gum-chewing attitude felt out of place, as if he were saying, "Hey everyone, I'm here to boost the vibe." Mills is the new kid on the block, ready to take over old Mo's job, and his personality is in stark contrast, like fresh air next to him. Mills doesn't sweat the details, is impulsive and impatient, essentially the classic hothead, as if he's saying, "I'm here to stir things up." With just a week until old Mo's retirement, the boss asked him to hand over the reins while learning the ropes, as if adding, "Don't forget to give me a..." Mills was somewhat scornful about this. Old Mo had already been working in this city of sin for 32 years, as if proclaiming, "I have no desire to learn from that old guy." Seemed to old Mo like it would mess with judgment and investigation, as if muttering, "Don't make me lose my sanity." It would catch another murder case. On this rainy Monday morning, an enormous fat guy was found dead in the apartment, as if saying, "I just wanted to live a little faster." They discovered the entire face of the deceased buried in spaghetti, as if an accident happened during dinner, like forgetting to choose takeout. As old Mo bent to check, he noticed something wrong, as if saying, "This spaghetti needs more seasoning." The scene clearly indicated the death wasn't accidental, like pleading, "Please don't feed me with a big spoon." Old Mo began examining the body closely, but at that moment, Mills discovered a big bucket under the table, as if saying, "Let's see what secret lies here." Turns out, it was filled with the fat guy's vomit, and old Mo wasn't impressed, as if thinking, "This isn't the lunch I signed up for." So he advised Mills to check in with the neighbors and call the coroner, as if adding, "Don't forget to bring me back that pizza." Mills then shone a flashlight at him, clearly showing no respect for old Mo, as if saying, "You're just an old bird." And perspectives on the city's evils, but this tension foreshadows how they'll influence each other later on. The coroner quickly autopsied the body and pulled out a ball-sized blob of food from the stomach, as if saying, "This is just my prepared feast for lunch." The coroner confirmed that the person died from gorging too long, and careful old Mo asked about the circular bruise on the victim's head, asking if it was from a gun barrel, as if remarking, "This isn't a cooking show." The coroner confirmed that only a forcefully pressed gun barrel leaves such a bruise, showing someone held a gun to the fat guy's head, compelling him to eat continuously. After compiling the reports, old Mo briefed the boss on the case, sensing it wasn't going to be a simple affair, and with retirement around the corner, he didn't want to take on the case, whispering, "I just want a peaceful retirement." Mills quickly piped up that he could handle the case, wanting to relieve old Mo of the burden. But the boss seemed to favor old Mo's case-solving skills, directly reprimanding Mills for his impatience, as if saying, "You're just too young." And he persuaded old Mo to wrap up this case before retiring in style, like saying, "Don't leave this mess for the rookie." On Tuesday, another person had already turned up dead, a famous lawyer who was nearly drained of blood. Then, using the blood, "Greed" was scrawled large on his apartment floor, as if to say, "I didn't do it." Oddly enough, there was a hunk of meat on the nearby scales, as if declaring, "I have dietary issues." Meanwhile, a bloody pair of glasses lay on his wife's photo, as if saying, "Find me better accessories." After Mills inspected the scene, he pondered but didn't grasp its meaning, as if saying, "What a weird buffet." However, when the boss informed old Mo, he instantly made a connection, as if saying, "Here comes more trouble." While old Mo understood this murder wasn't simple either, nearing retirement, he really didn't want to stick around. Subtitles, as if saying, "Let me prepare for retirement in peace quietly." Seeing old Mo wasn't keen on dealing with these misses, the boss left behind a bottle of whatever the coroner found in the fat guy's stomach. To uncover clues from the bottle, old Mo returned to the scene of the fat guy's death, as if saying, "Let's see what weirdness this holds." After some searching, he found wood shavings from scratches on the floor, and sure enough, behind the fridge, he discovered information left by the killer. With a big word corpse scrawled on the wall, as if shouting, "I hope you all can see me." That's today's thrilling tale. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you next time.